What is up, guys? It's your girl Rio Marie and I'm back with another video. This is going to be the behind the scenes video. Not really behind the scenes, but more of my review videos. I have three main review videos that I want to get to you guys. We have the overall review of the Carnival celebration. We have the ports in all detail, as well as, y'all, the food was so bomb on this cruise, so it has to have its own video review. So first off, today, as you can see from the title, we are going to go ahead and review the overall experience of the Carnival celebration. So let's get right into it. So first off, I want to introduce this by saying we went on the Carnival celebration leaving from Miami. So yes, we flew from New Orleans to Miami the day of, and stay tuned for those videos about things that we will not do again and things that, like, just tips if you're trying to make a cruise. Okay, stay tuned for that. So first off, we're going to talk about embarkation day and disembarkation. That process was so smooth, y'all. It was very organized. All the stressors, I'll tell y'all that in my tips videos. But oh, I do want to start off by saying Carnival actually contacted us a few weeks before our cruise to say we were eligible for an upgrade. So we originally went with the ocean view room, which is the one with the little windows, but they called and said, hey, y'all are eligible for a balcony. So of course we were like, okay, we want to do the balcony, how much more? And it was reasonable, so we went ahead and did it. So I want to tip my hats off for Carnival, because I understand that's us. We supposed to do the research and try to figure out if we want to wait to get an upgrade when we get on the ship or call them and stuff like that. But no, they took the initiative and they called us, and that was so smooth. We just gave them the info and it changed. So everything was smooth on that end. We just had to reprint our paperwork so it showed the correct room number. So next, getting to and from the airport, that was fairly easy. And Carnival actually has, which most cruise ships have, their transfer buses that you can get on as long as you make it in town early enough so that they can come pick you up and drop you off. We never really do that, just in case something happens. I just don't want nothing else stressing me out. So we always, as soon as we get there, we just get an Uber. So that's what we did, got an Uber, and thank goodness he kind of was familiar with the port, because this was our first time going to the Port of Miami. So we didn't know nothing about these zones. They were like, I didn't see nothing on the app saying anything about a zone either. I saw one alphabet and I ran with it, and it was the wrong alphabet. So he was basically like, so what cruise are y'all on? So we told him, and he was like, okay, that's normally like in the G section or the F section, whatever. So he was able to drop us off right there. The port is huge, y'all. It's humongous. So I'm used to the little home base ones. We cruised out of New Jersey before, which was small, and it was like one thing. We cruised out of New Orleans, which is just one strip. You literally just see the boat, go to the ship, you see. So this one, it was just like, okay, ships are everywhere, what are we doing? But he figured it out and he got us there. So they can't do better with kind of describing where to go, I guess. I feel like, especially for new people, when you get there, they say make sure you arrive the time that you're supposed to arrive, because you can't get on any earlier. But we actually was able to go. We landed and we got to the port probably around 9:30, and I had us scheduled to get there or to go on the ship at like 12 or 12:30. I was thinking we was gonna be sitting out there in the heat, and I'm so happy we weren't. As soon as we got there, they told us to come on, and the line, they didn't have no line or anything, and they had multiple people there ready to check your passport and your boarding pass. So that went by really quick. And then you had another process where you go up the escalator where you could take the pictures. They also had security. You had to go through the metal detectors and stuff and run your bag through whatever personal item you had, run that through. And then after that, they had dogs sniffing your bags. You put the bag down in a line and the dog comes. So the security is security, okay? So if you have anything that you're not supposed to have, like they thought Bay had a drone, stopped him right away. It was actually I want to say it was his gimbal, the gimbal for the phone. They thought that was a drone. So if y'all have a drone, don't even try. Don't even be, I think I'm gonna sneak this. Don't. And then we got to the area where you wait. They call it the suite people first, and then afterwards everybody else can get on. So we stayed in there for like maybe 30 minutes. So the whole process was probably an hour. So that was cool because everything was quick and going. But one thing I will say is, I don't know if the whole port is like this, but the port to get on the Carnival Celebration was freezing cold. I mean, uncomfortable type of freezing cold. I was sitting there like, I think I need to get up and do some jumping jacks. This is ridiculous. Like, it was blowing all up on your head. I'm so happy we decided to wear our like Nike tracksuits, because why? It did not need to be that cold. But I get it, I guess, for germs, which, since y'all saw that last video, that didn't work. So they need to do something with the air. Maybe it was broken, I don't know, but it was freezing up in here. Disembarking was smooth. Like, you literally just got your stuff and you go. Pay attention to the instructions. If you want your stuff shipped out, if you want it gone before you, so you ain't got to worry about it, the bags, do that the night before. Just follow instructions and you're good to go. Everything was very smooth getting off the ship. But the muster station, that's what I wanted to bring out. Everything has changed, of course, since after COVID, and so they do the videos on your app for the muster station now. So that's very convenient. I love that little aspect of it. But what was different was when we met at our muster station, they told us they were going to hold the life jackets at our muster station area instead of in our rooms. So that kind of threw me off, because I'm like, what if I just feel like I need to be safe one night when the wind is doing too much and I want to just put it on? Because that's what type of person I am. If I feel like the weather's going crazy, I'm the type of person to get in the closet or go ahead and hop in the bathtub with my dog. So I was just like, okay, we're just gonna think positive. We just gonna say, okay, we're not gonna need it, you know? Because at this point, you telling me I gotta rush in the middle of danger with all these folks who I know a lot of them not gonna listen, and they just gonna be rushing to a muster station to grab something, and I be left without? Pause on that. That was the only thing different about the muster station situation, but that's basically it for the embarkation and debarkation. Next, I want to get into the onboard activities. Y'all, it was so much to do on this cruise ship, and I'm trying not to compare, because if y'all know or if y'all seen my other videos about Royal Caribbean, I'm not, like I told Bae, I'm not about to compare the two, just because we went on an older ship with Royal, and this is one of Carnival's mega ships. So if we gon' debate, we gotta debate correctly. We gotta debate the top of the notch with the top of the notch, the older ship with the older ship. So we leaving that at that, okay? With the onboard entertainment, y'all, this ship had so much. You had shows, comedy shows, parties, of course, a roller coaster, a ropes course, the basketball, mini golf, and it goes on and on and on. It was so much to do on the ship at all times. I really see, this is the type of ship that needs to go out for 2 weeks, because you had so much. You were never left with nothing. The issue with it for us, which is on us, is that, so let me give you the itinerary. You get on the ship that day, and then you had the next day, and then you had 3 stops, and then you had the last 2 days in which you can kind of explore the ship because you were sailing home. Well, we saved our activities for that end, the last 2 days. The first 2 days, we wanted to kind of explore the ship and get used to the ship. As y'all saw, your girl was going downhill and your boy was following after her. We're getting sick. So those last 2 days, we couldn't do anything. We stayed our butts in the room. So we didn't get to really enjoy the roller coaster. We didn't get to go play mini golf. We played foosball. We did go to the comedy show, and we went to a few of the shows on the ship. From what we experienced, we loved it. We definitely have to go back on that or the Jubilee just to experience it and take all the medication that we can so that we can experience it to the full capacity. But everything we did do, we enjoyed. So with the comedy show, we didn't really like the guy. His was more, I feel like, forced, whereas Jalen Bishop, yes, she was funny. She was hilarious because she was interacting with the audience and you could tell it was just off the top of her dome. Like, that's her thing. This is what she does. What else? We went to a piano. It wasn't the piano bar, but it was a little area that the gentleman was playing the piano. We enjoyed that. We had like a little game show named that Riff. He was kind of corny. He wasn't that funny, but it was a cool little game show just to have something to do. We went to the Love and Marriage show. Hilarious. I suggest if you ever go on the cruise ship and they have a Love and Marriage show, go. It is so funny. It was so much fun too. And we went to Amor Cubano. That was amazing too. All of the dancers were top tier. They were doing great. Like, they were amazing. And we did one. It was like a Bridgerton show. Kind of. I call it the Bridgerton show. They call it that too. But basically classical music with a flair, kind of. It was overcrowded. So we got like a little spot in the cut because we had to eat. It was elegant night and we went to eat a little bit late. So by the time we came out, it was all full. So we only got to enjoy maybe 5 minutes of it and we decided to leave. That was basically all we did for entertainment on the ship, other than eating. But like I said, we're gonna have a whole nother vlog about the eating portion of it. Next, I want to get into the ports of call. I know I said they're gonna get their own video, but I just wanted to talk a little bit about Carnival and how they did the ports and everything. First things first, Carnival did their big one when it came to being prepared for anything that may. Let me tell you why. Our first stop was the DR, Dominican Republic, and it was pouring down raining. When we got to the gangway, what did Carnival have? They had ponchos ready to sell. They gonna get their coin out of you. But we wasn't about to just walk out there in the rain, so we did purchase a poncho. I forgot how much it was, but it was a sturdy poncho. Like, I believe we still have them. Like, that's gonna be our cruise thing now. We just gonna pack it. The second day, we went to Puerto Rico and it was hot. Like, hot. Like, we be hot in Louisiana, but this was hot. This was a different type of humidity, even though I'm used to humidity. So they had, I don't know what you call it, but it's like a little carrier for a bottle, for their huge bottles of water. So they had that with ice cold water, so you could take that with you. Bought that too. They got our money for it because it was convenient. It was like, okay, yeah, perfect. Yes, I do need water. Let me grab it. With meeting for excursions, they can be a little bit more clearer when it comes to that, because once you get off the ship, I don't know, it seemed like all the little, if they have the little signs saying what excursion it is, it looked like it has multiple ones on that one. So it may not say what your excursion is exactly. It may have another excursion name, but they're all going to the same place. That was a little confusing at first because we only did 2 excursions. We did one in the DR and we did one in St. Thomas. In St. Thomas, we didn't even see it. We didn't see it, and thank goodness we didn't sit in one spot and we asked, because we was in a whole different area. More on that soon though. Another video. And just a tad bit on the food. Everything is done in the app. Loved it. There was so many different food and drink options that we did not once eat at the buffet. So that's all I'm gonna say there. Stay tuned for that next video, okay? So with that being said, let's talk about the Carnival app. You do everything on the Carnival app. You want an excursion, you book it on the app, and your tickets will be at your door the night before the excursion. Like I said earlier, if you want to book boat, you can go ahead and book that through the app. Everything, all the activities that you have, you can heart it so that it can remind you when a show is about to start, and you'll remember, oh hey, I wanted to do this. So that was convenient too. And the last thing about the app that I really loved was when you go to the restaurant, you have to book it on the app. So even if you go to try to stand in line, they'll tell you, go on the app, say this is where you want to go, and then they'll start getting your table ready, and when it's ready, let us know and then we'll show you to your table. What I love about that is we found that out the first night, so it was like, okay, perfect. Now when we're getting dressed or getting ready, we just go ahead and pick what we want to eat. Once we click it, they're getting your table ready while you're getting ready, and then soon it'll pop up like maybe 10-15 minutes. hey, your table is ready. So you go ahead, go down to the restaurant, show them your table, and they'll escort you to your table. So I'm like, oh, this is perfect. We can go ahead and take our time. And then I guess that helps them too, because there's a lot of times, like when I'm on a ship, sometimes I don't want to eat at the main dining. I don't want to do that. Sometimes I may want to go to a restaurant. Sometimes I may want to go to the buffet. I really like that. I thought that was very, very genius, organized, and loved it. Just to finish this off, overall, I highly recommend the Carnival Celebration. I loved everything about this ship. Definitely got to go back, like I said, so we can experience the whole thing without being sick. The food, the crew, the shows, entertainment, ports, all of that. It was A1 to me. I really enjoyed it. I mean, we already looking at the Jubilee now. We probably gonna book that. But then we might give it a rest just a while, because we got a little scarred from this past one with getting sick and stuff. So it might be a while before we take another cruise, but we have been looking at some, because we wanted to take some of his family on one of these cruises, because they've never been on a cruise before. So we still looking into that right now. We're looking into the Jubilee, because as you know, that is the newer one right after the Carnival Celebration. Even though it looks like it's about the same, still I want to enjoy myself fully when it comes to these cruises. So it's gonna be one or the other, or it might be a new Royal, but Royal price is getting high, y'all. Not getting, but it is high for like newer ships, so we might have to wait for those. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and our journey on the Carnival Celebration. We'll see you guys in the next video, in which it will probably be our food review, or it might be the ports review, one of the two. I know y'all ready for this food one, because y'all know we foodies over here. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.